question the Indian Congress ideas of freedom and to give up talking of reforms, deputations and memoranda. Many of these new members were elected to the Executive Committee. A special commission at that time, appointed by the Cabinet of Ministers to inquire into a dispute Sir D.B. Jayatilaka, the Home Minister, had with his Inspector General of Police Bank, had held against the Minister and Believe Bank. These come to the story that Mr. Nimal Silva mentioned. At the first meeting of the committee in January 1939, we sponsored a resolution requesting Sir D.B. Jayatilaka to resign from the post of Home Minister if the IDP PN banks assumed office. The new and younger members voted for the resolution, but D.S. Sennayak and the older members voted against it and defeated it. The meeting was held in the veranda of the house of President Sir D.B. Jayatilaka. As the Congress had no office, no home, the first thing we did to remedy this and permanent quarters were found. Before the meeting, we went in deputation to meet Sir D.B. Jayatilaka. And he was sitting in front of us, somewhat in the way described. And I think I was asked to bear the cat. He asked, "What have you come for?" So I said, "Sir, we want you to resign." He said, "What?" and got up. I won't describe the rest. We beat a hasty retreat and moved this motion, which also failed. It was decided to appoint a committee to draft a social and economic program to be implemented by Congress government in Sri Lanka. The conference with the Indian National Congress leaders to discuss political and economic matters affecting the two countries to the ring. At a special session of the Congress held on 4th March 1939, it was decided not to cooperate in the working of any future constitution that did not contain the Congress demands which were adopted at the 19th session at Madura held in 1938. At the 20th session held in Kandy in December 1939, TCS brought the island, educating the people that our goal should be dominion status and that we should move away from meeting governors and secretaries of state, that the future of Ceylon is in our hand and should be shaped by our own efforts. Congress branches were organized throughout the island and delegates were meeting at district conferences for the first time. And we were making approaches to the Indian National Congress, particularly to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, to join us also and help us in our cause. While action has been taken to rally the minorities around the Congress, steps have been taken to dissuade Congress from supporting communal organization. The Congress supported the ministers in their conflict with the governor regarding Home Minister Jayatilaka's conflict with the IDP Bank. The Board of Ministers resigned on 27th February 1940 on the governor's refusal to cease their request. Very quickly you can find that their views are changing. Congress put it back there and arranged mass rallies throughout the island. One of the largest meetings up to now was held at the Golf-Face Green, just where we are situated. I remember that meeting, where many other parties cooperated with the Congress. A message was sent to the State Council by the governor, restoring their right to the ministers, and the Congress decided that they should cooperate and resume office. The Congress decided for the first time to contest the Colombo municipal election for December 1940 and nominated candidates. The following were nominated: Dr. R. Sarvanamuthu, R. A. Nimel, Dr. A. Ratnapala, Gilbert Pereira, J. Jayawardena, Justin Kothalavala, J. N. Dasa, George R. Silva, Dr. A. P. Kasichet. 4 candidates were elected unopposed, and of the remaining 5, 4 were elected. I was one returned unopposed. For the first time, a Congress deputation was sent to India to attend the Indian National Congress session at Ramgarh in Bihar. That was the last Indian Congress session before freedom. J. R. Jayawardena, P. S. Jayasekara and J. Amrutunga participated in this session in March 1940. We were working closely with the Indian National Congress and were to meet a deputation of the Indian National Congress in November. Pandit Nehru was largely responsible for the arrangements of the arrested, and further negotiations were not possible due to the political crisis in India. The Congress accepted a 5-point Congress social code: simple weddings, funerals and other functions, simple dress, temperance, abstinence from gambling, patronizing Swadeshi goods. For the first time, the Congress now moved to its own quarters. It is used for all future meetings and we did not meet in the President's veranda after that. The 21st annual session of the Congress was held at Mihirigam on the 20th, 21st and 22nd December 1940. D.S. Sennayak was the chairman of the reception committee and E.A.P. Vijayaraghavan was the president. For the first time, a Swadeshi exhibition was held and large crowds attended the Congress meeting and the public sessions held in the next 2 days. We were trying to copy the Indian Congress, which held sessions several days. We also held for 3 days, having exhibitions and other means of attracting people to our ideals. The work during this period consisted of extending the Congress branches to cover the whole island and by strengthening our influence throughout the country to secure freedom.